In this section, we're going to explore the principal features of a mosque, including the minaret, the mihrab arch, the qibla wall, the minbar, the ablution facilities, the madrasa, and the prayer timetable. Firstly, let's discuss the name. Whilst many people in Western culture refer to the Islamic house of prayer as a mosque, this is in fact an English word, perhaps a French or Italian derivation. Muslims call their house of prayer a masjid, which is an Arabic term meaning a place of prostration.
One of the main distinguishing features of a masjid is the tower, which is called a minaret. Traditionally, the call to prayer, known as the azan, was made from the balcony near the very top of the minaret. Much like church bells, the call to prayer is used to inform worshippers that prayer time is approaching and to make their way to the masjid. People who have visited Muslim countries where the call to prayer is still performed from the minaret often comment on this beautiful sound. The person making the call to prayer is called a mu'azzin. The call to prayer is made before each of the 5 daily congregational prayers. Interestingly, it is always performed live. It is never a recording. In the modern Muslim world, loudspeakers are often also located on the minaret to amplify the sound. In Western countries, the azan is usually called within the prayer hall, out of sensitivity for neighbouring non-Muslim communities.
The distinctive dome-shaped roof on a building often indicates a masjid, though it's not an essential feature. The dome is a very sophisticated piece of architecture which fulfills several key roles. In hot countries, the shape is very useful as it keeps the inside of the building cool and airy. Acoustically, the dome acts to amplify the voice of whoever is addressing the congregation. So the dome, whilst centuries old, acts as a form of air conditioner and PA system.
Islam is a religion of unity, brotherhood and sisterhood. When Muslims pray, they all face in the same direction, which is towards the Kaaba in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The Kaaba was the first building on earth constructed solely for the worship of the one true God and remains a focal point for the Islamic faith. So when a Muslim prays, they know that every other Muslim praying at that time will be facing in exactly the same direction. The direction of prayer is indicated within the masjid by the qibla wall. The qibla wall indicates the direction to Mecca. When you face this wall, you are facing towards the holy Kaaba. In Christianity, most churches face east towards the rising sun, which offers a similar form of unity during congregational prayers.
Within the qibla wall, there will be a semicircular niche called a mihrab. The person leading the congregational prayer will face into the mihrab, with the congregation praying in lines behind them. The curved, inset shape of the mihrab helps to reflect the sound of their voice backwards to make it easier for the congregation to hear. Where a mihrab cannot be built into the qibla wall, an image will usually be placed there instead. The mihrab is usually beautifully decorated with ornate patterns and Islamic calligraphy traditionally written in Arabic.
Next to the mihrab is a stepped platform called the minbar. It is used by the imam, the Islamic equivalent of a priest, to address the congregation before Friday prayers and on other special occasions. The minbar is very similar to the pulpit used by the priest in church during the Sunday sermon. In fact, some mosques which have been converted from a former church still use the same pulpit for the Friday sermon.
Cleanliness is very important in Islam. Before a Muslim prays, they first perform ablution or partial washing, called wudu. Facilities are normally provided in masjids for this purpose, and clean running water is always available. The hands, mouth, nose, face, forearms, head, neck, ears and feet are all washed in the manner established by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Teaching children to read the Arabic language and to study the Holy Quran is a vitally important concern for all Muslim communities. The building used for this purpose is called a madrasa and is generally adjacent to the masjid and holds daily classes for the boys and girls many of whom start attending from the age of 5 years old. They attend these classes after their day at school. Some pupils attend until they have completed the reading of the Holy Quran. Others continue their studies until they have learned the entire Quran by heart. A Muslim who can recite the Holy Quran from memory is called a Hafiz. Classes for teaching the Urdu and English language are also available within the madrasa.
The masjid is open for the 5 daily prayers, 365 days of the year, and often at other times as well. Prayer times will vary throughout the year as the days become longer or shorter. The prayer times will always be indicated by a display board or a series of clock faces within the prayer hall. Whilst there are 5 daily prayers, there are generally at least 6 times showing. These are the times for the 5 prayers plus the time for the Friday Jummah prayer. Other times, such as sunrise or sunset, may also be indicated. The timetable is located in either the front of the mosque or in the lobby, where it is easily seen by the worshippers and is updated every day. In this section, we've explored the principal features of a mosque, including the minaret, the mihrab arch, the qibla wall, the minbar, the ablution facilities, and the madrasa and prayer timetable.